everyone. I'm so thrilled to have with me the one and only Eddy Perez, CEO of EPM, and the brains behind the American Gift, or TAG for short. TAG has truly defined how a mortgage industry event should be in our community. And I've been fortunate enough to attend all of them since the very beginning. I still vividly remember when it first started, it was called EPMX.
Yep.
And in our first event, it was Damon John knocking our socks off in his Shark Tank style, and Gary V with his potty mouth still managed to inspire us all.
Yep.
I believe in next year, 2023, you guys kind of renamed that to TAG.
Yep.
And that's when Ryan Serhant kind of gave us amazing tips and tricks on how to build a brand with many other great speakers. But in 2024, you guys took it to a whole new level. We had star speakers like Coach Nick Saban. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly.
Yeah, you did. Nick Saban. You got it. Close enough. Everybody knows who it is.
And Spanx founder Sarah Blakely, entrepreneur Jesse Itzler.
Her husband.
It was just awesome. And remember, they had this Q&A that you moderated talking about family and business. That was just so fun and inspiring. 2025, we are playing a big league game this year, right? So it is being held in iconic Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And first, I want to thank Eddy yourself and your entire team for giving this gift to our community, a platform where we all can come together, network, share our learnings, talk to everyone, what's happening in the industry, and more importantly, get inspired so we can go back and further move your goal of empowering people more by promoting home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So first, I want to welcome you and thank you for being here. My first question to you is, what truly inspired you to start TAG? What was the vision? And where do you think it is going in maybe this year and in coming years?
All right. I'll try not to cry. The premise really came from my parents. I think one of the challenges in this world is that, especially in this country, and you would know more than anybody on this one. You see, I'm just the son of immigrants, but I was born in America. However, I always say the first generation bears all the responsibility in this country because they got to see the best of both worlds. They basically got to see the strength of each culture and understand each weakness and not take it so personal. So I just felt like it was my responsibility to honor my parents, and more importantly, what they lost. When they lost their freedom, one of the biggest things that, tyranny does is take away the rights to home ownership. And the American dream's alive. However, I think people have it confused in this country. It's for the 7.3 billion or whatever the number is that's not in America. Once you're here, it's the land of opportunity because it's a gift. What you're going to do with that gift, it doesn't mean it's automatically going to do itself. It's like getting a toy and you have to assemble it. It's still the gift and what you do with it and how you play with it and how you encourage it. So I've always thought that home ownership and what we do is the American gift, is the preservation of freedom, is the preservation of liberty and self-responsibility. I mean, it's been shown that it just demonstrates an ability to drop domestic violence, suicide, more likely kids not going to get on drugs. This is just such a positive. I've always said that I believe that this industry and the American gifts that we provide for every homeowner truly make this the greatest industry, even though, as I say, healthcare and the military are more noble. However, they deal with death and all we deal with is life. So I thought it was really a tribute to this country, my parents, the industry. I just felt like it was something to really give back and pay it forward and provide a lot of fun while we're doing it. I think you got to really enjoy those moments and really work together as a community.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for giving our community this gift. Your leadership in getting these organized has truly set new standards. So I'll come to 2025. As I mentioned, we are now playing big leagues. So what
They were big leagues last year. We just may have upped it a little bit more this year.
Yeah. So actually, interestingly, what motivated you to go to this, big stadium? That's kind of one question. And what do you really have cooking? Anything you can share us about
Yeah,
what's
yeah, yeah.
happening? And
Well, I won't violate any rules by Jenna. She would appreciate it, but I can give you at least a little bit. I mean, one of the big things is, we wanted last year. Oh, so we didn't hire Nick Saban till like April, and we just learned how to make every year better. The biggest thing is people said, "Hey, I didn't know ahead of time who the speakers were. I didn't know if I could come." And then last year when we did Nick Saban, Coach Saban, it shot off. The numbers shot through the ceiling so much that we sold a week early. That's why I tell people buy now because tickets will get eventually, and then we had to turn people down. Now the sad part about that is people still didn't show up even though they bought a ticket. So then there was a little bit of room, but that happens. There's nothing you can really do about that. You can't violate that. So we just had a big goal. Last year we sold 400 and something tickets. We're like, all right, let's double it. Let's get to 1,000. What can hold 1,000? So we knew that we had to up the speakers. Not that last year's weren't great. I think had we had 1,000 tickets, we had over 700 inquiries. I think we would have gotten there with enough. So that's why we named it early. That's why we named the speakers as soon as we could. That's also why we had different type, sports and, a thought leader in Jordan Peterson. We just wanted to bring, and we brought people back. Jesse Itzler will be back. So will Janine Driver, because a lot of people loved her body language,
oh
everything that they
yes,
taught. It gave them so many great tips on how to run and how to deal with their life.
yep.
So all those people are there. And yes, we have a surprise concert that will happen after my roast, because one of the things was that some people said that I need to be humanized, and who better than the people that have known me the longest, along with some industry people, so that it ties in and people can relate. But I think it just goes down to you got to have fun. You got to enjoy those moments. You got to really bond with people. Life is very precious. There's only so much of it. We don't know when things are going to change. You don't know how your life can change at any moment. You just have to pivot and adjust. So I
Yeah.
figured to get to 1,000, we had to up it. I'm a little worried that we may have topped out for the future, but who gives a shit? It's about what can we do at this one.
Yeah, no, I think I'm looking forward to your roast. I can tell you, I'm so eagerly looking forward to people who have known you for long coming and really, having fun with you. So that would be such a fun to watch. And then you mentioned there's a concert happening. Anything you can share about that? Is that
I mean, the artist, is from, the rap hip hop game. It's not Eminem. I wish. I asked. He wanted a lot. I'm not going to say that one day we won't have Eminem. Let me be very clear on this one. However, I just didn't think with the investments we've made in the other area to invest there. So, but it is a lot of people like this person's music. I didn't really recognize some of it, but that doesn't mean anything. The last 20 years of basically, starting this from scratch, I've basically worked and been a dad. Because even when I traveled, most of the time it was for business. So I was just working. And outside of my annual guys trips with my fraternity brothers that are there, I've pretty much worked and been a dad. That's it for the last
20 years?
years. Yeah. I mean, my oldest, she's 18, almost 19, but pretty much in that time period, that's all I've been as an entrepreneur and a father. So,
Yeah, that's. So how about some of the speakers for those who are listening? Like we have Tom Brady coming. Like, can you tell us about speakers who have been
you have
announced?
Tom Brady, you have Jordan Peterson. Those are the two headliners each day. Because you
Right.
have to have in events like that to have them really good, you have to have two headliners. So last year we had Saban and we had Sarah Blakely. And Saban went day one and then day two because of schedule. Plus, you got to really start with a punch. And I mean, Nick Saban's Nick Saban. I mean, a lot of people loved it. He had some of the greatest things. I loved what he said. He says, "Winners do, losers feel." I
Yep.
don't think. I know people would view that as controversial. I don't think he's. I mean, that's about as absolutely correct as it gets. We have Janine Driver coming again. She was even actually my own body language coach. Body language is so important, even when we're sitting here between tone, seasonality and conversations, everything of that nature, you got to have. I mean, it's real important to do all that. And she talks about that. She teaches you how to practice it so then it becomes normal. You don't even have to think about it anymore. It just becomes who you are. Jesse Etzler, of course, was just outstanding.
Outstanding.
There's no. What I tell everybody is, I'm pretty sure I can go out on a limb. I'm sure he's going to be electric and dynamic again. I'm pretty sure of that just because I think he's an electric dynamic guy anyway.
And his
He has
stories of
panels. I don't know all the panels, to be honest with you. They're still getting rolled out. So there's panels, there's discussion. I know there's keynotes. People always look forward to my keynote. I know other keynotes will exist. So it's going to be a mixture of things,
Yeah, we are really looking forward to this. It is always one of the best experiences, and I would just say for those who are on the fence, this is one event of the year you cannot miss. Arrive is proud to be a diamond sponsor this year, working with Eddy's team. Like we'll be there in our full glory, and we have a big announcement. So Eddy, we are giving away something to those who interact with this video.
Give it away.
Do you want to announce that the upgrade?
Yeah, no. I mean, Harish has done a service, especially for all you guys that are Arrive users, or if you're thinking about becoming an Arrive user, it's probably a good time because we're sold out for VIP. Can't really give any more. However, because Harish is a sponsor and he does get it, he is going to pay for the upgrade of 15. So what does that mean? That means you got to have some skin in the game, because he had even mentioned before when he had done that, he gave tickets away, then people didn't show up. So you just have to buy a regular admission ticket. And then I don't know how he's going to determine it. That's not up to me. That's up to him or his group, whatever. 15 people get upgraded to the VIP, which, we should probably charge him a gazillion, since there's not really many that exist. But I think that what he's doing for the people that do business with him, this is quite a significant honor, because that's a lot of tickets to upgrade. And to be candid, everybody should be showing up to this event, because I doubt you'll ever get any more value than the ticket prices are 70% subsidized. You're not paying what it costs. Trust me. A lot of that comes out of who we are, how we want to grow the organization, how we want to demonstrate and show the way. Even between airfare, hotel, and all that, you can make it affordable. I don't think you'll ever get a better bang for your buck. And with his throwing in another 15, I know for a fact you can.
Yeah, no, thank you, Eddy. We are excited. All you have to do is this video will be posted live. You have to just interact, maybe like or ask a question, and you will be eligible for 15 upgrades. I'm sure a lot of you guys will watch this, but again, I want to thank Eddy, your team, for giving us this platform, this opportunity. It is, as you rightly said, something no one should miss. It is it is a time and effort and a commitment. But if you want to grow your business, grow yourself, see what others are doing, this is one event you should make it. But I'm looking forward to seeing all of my community, Eddy, yourself, all the great keynotes, panels we are talking about, and this would be a fun event. Thank you again for giving us this gift and for your time here today. Thank you.
My pleasure. Take care, brother.
Bye.